Hello there, this is Madeline from Madeline's Craft Room, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Vancouver Island, Canada. And I am not doing my catalog launch today because that is coming. The virtual is coming on the 23rd, and my in person is on the 24th. But I am going to do a little tour tonight of the catalog, not the products, because there's some great products and I've been busy and some friends have been helping me to make some more cards for the display, which is just on my side here with the new products from this catalog. And yet, some of my friends who have received the catalog, including myself, have been a little bit confused because it is a very different layout in the catalog. So I have spent a lot of time trying to study the catalog and try to understand why things are in the places that they are, because I want to make it not stressful for you, but to make it fun and enjoyable and to be able to find things. So here we go. And at the beginning, we have actually a table of contents. And this, of course, just kind of lays out the general map, of course, of the catalog. And we'll just go ahead. But you can see I looked very much at the beginning, but I didn't continue here. And these are the pieces that are quite different because our catalog has now not just been it is not just a catalog. It is a technique and idea book. So here we go. So they start off with the basics in stamping, of being able to craft and connect with each other and sharing the fun. And of course, the kits, that's pretty explanatory. The choose a kit where you get to choose a stamping or a non stamping kit. And then, of course, we've got paper pumpkin. I'm going to dive more into the stuff that people are struggling with a bit. Oh, and I should mention, if you're joining me, do say hello, whether you're on Facebook or later on replay or on YouTube. Be sure to comment. I always do a prize for those that are joining me in comments. So there we go. So here we go. We're going to continue. Now, this one here is something new. This is called Top 10. And basically, here's kind of the very basics that you need. And what I also like about this page is that it will tell you what is really good about the product. So, like our paper snips, you can have such precision when fussy cutting. So it tells you, and then here's strong, dependable adhesive that sticks with you like glue. Good humor there. Anyway, all these different and the basic note and cards and envelopes, cleaning, all the basics. And then, of course, your demonstrator. And if you have any questions, be sure to contact your demonstrator, or if you don't have one, I'd love to be able to help you. Okay, now we're going to get into mix and match. So we used to have a lot of memory, well, not a lot, but several different memory and more cards, kind of like it, but this is a little bit different where you can choose and you can match yours. So we have two choices of cards and envelopes, and then we have four packages, all different topics where there's, excuse me, sentiments, um, and literally everything. I got that one. It has got every theme possible. And then flowers, and then this is more layers. So you can mix and match them. And then this is just a basic sentiment, one that you can use. And look at all the ideas that they give us. Lots and lots of ideas. And then they give the basics of how to layer a card. You're not just sticking one layer of paper on, how we can add different layers to be able to make our cards. And look at this. Look at all these templates that we have here. And they give you lots of ideas that you can then make your own. And we'll see some here and throughout the catalog. And of course, color coordination. That is one of the most superb things, other than the quality of Stampin' Up! Products, is the color coordination. And oh my goodness, it is just makes life so easy because you can just put them together and they all match. And lovely, lovely. So here again, just getting into some of the basics. Um, we're just going to keep going. Memories. Now, I mentioned memories and more cards, kind of like what we had before, but more of a memory and more pack. And there's several choices. Okay, we're going to get into the meat of this catalog real soon. Right, here we go. All right. So, what I was very impressed with is that the catalog, other than those pages there at the beginning, the suites are all together, the bundles are all together, and the ones returning are all together. And I really love that layout because it gives you such a good, easy guide to be able to find everything. And so you'll see the whole suite is pictured here. All the products are here. And then this is, I love it how it has this arch. You always know this is a suite page when you see this little window arch. And this here, they have QR codes in the catalog, which means you can scan that with your phone and it will take you right to the store. So if you want more detail about any product, then you can have the detail right there. But they did a really good job in clarifying all the different products that go with the suite. So same thing here is another suite. Again, I'm not going to go into the products because that's coming. Be tuned in for the 23rd or in person on the 24th. But these are all the different bundles. Fabulous, fabulous papers and so many things. And then one thing I also wanted to tell you is that when they give the example of the cards, they have purposefully used different products so that it gives you so many different ideas. For instance, if you look at this, they have just used paper and the dies other than the hello. Otherwise, that's the focus there. And then they have used the stamping here. And then they have used the stamping, but with a background stamp. And then just putting a stamped image again and mixing them up with dies and assortment. And then here they even made a little treat bag, again, just to give you more and more ideas. So lovely, lovely. All right, now we're going to keep moving on. Oh my goodness, so many wonderful products. These are all the suites, and here's the mega suite, and here's another mega suite. And mega suite just means there's two different bundles. So now we get into the next part. And of course, we can't do this without our big machines and our mini, our fabulous cut and emboss machines. Okay, now when you see these colors kind of in a box and then in the bottom where they have the product. So this is our bundles, and these are the current bundles, which means every bundle you get 10% off. And so the price is always here in the middle and the name is always here. It's really nicely laid out, and then you can see what goes in with the product. And then again, what's really nice is again they give you such a variety of how to use the punch and stamp, and like look at all the different variations. And what's very unique about this one too is that this time you get to choose three dies or the punch or a punch in this, or I mean the die or a punch. So some new options, but nicely laid out. Oh, I love that one. You see lots of cards in my room with that one. And again, just a wide variety of how they've used the different ones. So we're just going to keep going because I'm just showing you again, and I just want to show you again the detail. So here they've shown you how they've embossed the the little leaves that come in this stamp set, and then they've made a background with it. And then, of course, they've colored the tree. And then here they've cut out these little leaf dies and they've made them into a shaker. And they've shown you also how to use that set here as well. So, so many different things that you can do. And of course, Love that one. And look at how they use make some home decor. Okay, now we are into encore. And this is exactly what it means. It means that we are welcoming the ones that they have continued. And even though they're not a bundle this year, um, it's really nice how they have put the stamp set and the dies together. So even though they're not a bundle, you know what dies go with what stamp set. And if you remember from last year and before, they would be at the back of the catalog, and sometimes it was harder to know, where's the stamp set that matches this? No problem here because it's all laid out beautifully. So here's all, and I love it again that it's a different color, so it's very easy to see that these are those bundles. Okay. And then this is a page which just again for beginners or anybody who is starting out to be able to understand that some of our stamps are cling and some are photopolymer, and they explain why. And then they call this one double play. And I must admit, when I got the catalog at first, I was a little confused why they had these two stamps here. And it's actually really quite easy when you realize what the page is about. These are our reversible stamps. So it's where we can stamp, flip, turn it around, and use the detailed side. And that's how you get these beautiful images. And so what this shows us is these are two other stamp sets that are available that in excuse me in this catalog that are for this technique of the reversible. Excuse me, as well as our blocks. And then this one, Picture Perfect, they call it. And it's just showing a variety of ways that we can use certain stamps. Some stamps, like this particular one, you'll see here, there's the grass. And this particular stamp, when you stamp over it, it will fill in all those spots with the flower. So again, it's just helping everybody to know how to use the product. And this one here is about our two-step stamping. So this is a new set, but these are our returning. And that's again why these two are here, because these are the two-step stamping. So you can again, remember when we did the handle one color, and then we could do it on top of the full brush. So again, just how to do that, it's all here for you. And then this one here is called Change the Scene. And actually, I have this one. I was told you can do many techniques with it. And oh my goodness, they're right. It is beautiful. And of course, I love my beach. So I got to have the dolphins. And so here we can see when you're using these stamps, we don't always, I mean, we can stamp them into a regular stamp pad, but most of the time we're going to use our sponge daubers and add a variance of different colors on our stamp to get different techniques. So that's why the sponge daubers are with this. And then this is where they give us ideas again when you're using a set like our beach day. Here you can use just the stamps, or you can use just the dies, or of course a combination of both. Or here there's cards like this where you do day and then you do the night. Or you can do summer and then you can do winter. So that's what I mean by lots of ideas. And then here are all the background stamps and the big block that works good with them all. And again, they have shown you different ideas of how you can use the background stamps. They don't have to be like here, they've cut them out and they've put them in the background so many different ways. And when again, this is one that kind of baffled me at the beginning. But you got to not look at just the stamp set and the cards. You got to look at what they're saying here. And what it is this is the new one by $1 Million Sales. And these are the other ones that are available and they are also $1 million sales achievers. So that's why we have those on here. But again, lovely techniques that they're showing us here of how to do different backgrounds, how to use dies. There, they've embossed and cut it out. And then, who doesn't love this? Ooh, the beautiful craft room. And what this does is it gives us a really good idea of how to put. So it doesn't just show us the blending cases that are empty. It shows you how to put it together and how to use it. And this is where some of our tools, like our take a pick tools, are, and our other little things that are in here as well, like our storage, our grid paper. Okay, and this one here again is the title, Show Appreciation. Thanks. Here's their new one that business demonstrators can use, or anybody. Look at how many different thank yous. I like this thanks. Isn't that neat? And here's a thanks, a thank you. So it doesn't have to be just for demonstrators. It's also one that just, and look at this. Oh my goodness, look at this huge one. So make some very nice thank you cards. And then keeping the memories going. So this is kind of like our scrapbooking ideas. And what is so good with our scrapbooking is using these Alamo dies. So that is fabulous. And then most of us scrapbookers, not all, we don't all, but a lot of us have used 12 by 12. And so for me, that's what makes sense about this one is this is where our cardstock is for 12 by 12 or the 8.5 by 11. So hopefully that helps you to connect with what that is about. And then we have Celebrate the Year. And what this is seasons. So basically, we have New Year and Christmas and winter. This could be Father's Day. This could be Valentine's Day. That's Valentine's Day. But again, you could use many of those for all kinds of other occasions. Like this says Happy Father's Day, but it doesn't have to be just Father's Day. But that's why it's on the Celebrate the Year. Okay, now this one says craft, create really awesome, fun things. And so here again, they're just showing some cute little ones here. And they've even made a memory game that you can make with this cute little set. And I thought that was really cool being a preschool teacher. So next, they called this one kids. Now, I would say more so kids for this stamp set. I wouldn't say kids other than graduation. And I think anybody could use this. But yeah, I guess definitely young college people in, or young youth in sports. But that's what this one is all about. And then this is invitations. So this is where we get, doesn't that look like wedding, that beautiful ribbon? So I think that's why they've showcased that there. It is very, very pretty. So lots of different celebrations there. And this one kind of is like home decor. And this one definitely would fit in my home. But that's there. And then here, this is kind of, think of it as what it says, metallic. This is our metallic page. So here we've got the silver and the textured, and you can see here there is the gems that are located here. They've given you some cool ideas of what you could do by cutting strips here and a few die cuts in the textured metallic paper, and that's how they made this lovely card. And then we have, of course, the gold envelopes. They have gold sheets, and they have the specialty papers as well. So, and this is a hard one to find. And I'm going to show you in a minute one thing that I did. I did find that in some of these pages, especially near the back, some of the products are kind of hiding. You have to do a scavenger hunt for some of them. And I'm just finishing it, but I have put them in a binder. But I have a PDF that I have started now. And basically, I have put all the different products that are hiding, like our Wing Castella um, in there in the gold foil. But gold foil you can't see on here, but just remember it's metallic. So that helps us to remember to go here. So then they've nicely laid out the ribbon on actual little boxes. So that's kind of nice for us to be able to see. Embellishments are nice big images of the embellishments, and they're all categorized here. And then we've got sticky business. So then all the adhesives are all here on one 2-page spread. And then techniques again. This is watercolor. And again, I had a hard time at first. I said, why would they put the stays on here? And why they put the black memento? Well, again, they're showing us, and sometimes it's hard to remember at the beginning. What ink do you use when you use watercolor pencils? Well, it stays on. So that's why we have this here. We have the painters and the pencils and the spritz. They have all those products here. And of course, they're giving you actual ideas of how to use them. And then moving, this one is kind of interesting too. It's giving, I like this idea here, but it's basically where they have different things that move. This is actually this punch here. And what they have is the sun that can go back and forth. So there's one idea there. And then just different fun folds and peekaboos that they have and the products to be able to use with them. And then this is Shake It Up. And basically, what this one is basically using your window sheets and how you can make shaker cards out of clear envelopes, or you can use things like the petal punch or the sending love dies to make items to go into your shaker cards. And then we also have embellishments, excuse me, that can go in it as well. And then just talk about lovely layers. They're talking about our masking and then the brayer. And here again is another technique that they're actually showing you here. And then they're showing you how to mask. Oh, can you see it there? They've put a piece of paper on there so that you can then stamp the image behind. So many ideas. Okay, and then we get into texture. And basically texture is again where we're going to do the embossing. And so here is where we have the Versamark and the Craft ink here, these two. And again, the ideas of what you can do, like with the embossing paste, how you can mix it with colors and use your dies or stencils. They show you how to do all that. And then just some other, these are the two products that they use to be able to demonstrate the cards. And again, just more ideas with embossing, and then the nice page of all the embossing folders. And then we get into blending. And excuse me, this is where we find the black memento because it's a water base, and these are our blends, which are alcohol based, and you got to use opposite. So that's why they're on here to give you ideas and instruct you how to do that. And then here's two sets. And again, why they've put these here is because they're excellent blending ones that you can do some fun blending with. And then we have, of course, the fabulous color theory and then all the different art theory. I just love how they've laid that out so clearly and help us to be able to make cards like that. And then, of course, our color families, which they did a fabulous job of making pictures for. And then, of course, the index. So now we don't have just a stamp index, we have dies and we have paper and packaging, stamps, tools, storage, everything is all on one page. But like I said, I will be posting, you can also grab my PDF that I'm just finishing up and getting ready, and it will have Some of the products laid out very, very clearly where they are, but also things like the dies that are kind of scattered throughout, as well as our stamps that are not really showcased. So that way you'll be able to find them quickly. So I hope that helps you because it sure has helped me now to be able to find things in the catalog. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask and make sure you mark the calendar. If you're local, you can come on the 24th or the 23rd. I'll do a virtual and you're going to see hands-on product and hands-on with all kinds of cards and inspiration. So thank you for joining me and watching the replay. And thanks so very much. And we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.